Going to do a little tour of the church as it's being constructed. As you can see, this is the main door, which is leading in to our new church. If you move into this way, you can see that as you enter the main door of the church, you can go downstairs to our parish hall, which is locked up right now for security purposes. As you come into the main foyer, this will be a main foyer area. That is the entrance to the church, the worship space, the altar and the pews and that. Over here will be a closet all along this way. Over on this side, this area here, that is a storage closet. Straight ahead, this area here will be the elevator, the lift, which will bring people downstairs to the parish hall. Right here, straight ahead, is the washroom, and this over here will be a second washroom, fully accessible. This will be the entrance right here to the main parish office, and we'll enter into the parish office. As you can see, we're getting some of the electrical done now, getting ready for that. This will be the main office, which will actually be two offices. Will be the main office for the administrator, and also a second office in this area for the second clergy. We'll keep moving now as we come out through here. And parish is accessible through a corridor system to the offices in the back. So you'd enter in through here, through this area right here, and then you would come through here to this entrance here. This is a little area here which will have an emergency exit door right here. And then we come here. Now when we get here, there will be 3 steps about this area right here, which will lead you up into a corridor system. This floor that you see right along here is actually not finished. It will be built out to approximately where that line is. You can see this line here. This will be the floor as it is built out. So you can see that it has to come out here. All of this area up here is the sanctuary and chancel area. But as you come up here, this floor will come up. You'll come up 3 steps, and you don't see it so much now, but there will be a corridor here, if you can kind of imagine my hand coming this way, which will lead you down behind the altar and sanctuary. So no one can actually see you in this area from the church. Now you're actually in this corridor system. As you can see right now, you can get a great sense of the size of the building. The Lady Chapel is over there. But as you come in through here, of course the electrical panels here, I'll show you the office systems. So we're in a corridor system here now. You can probably get a greater appreciation for it here now. In here will be the clergy office, this area here. We'll take you now into the next office, which is the archives. Archives office is in here. Again, it's hard to see without gyprock up, but kind of get a sense that it's how the building will be laid out. In here will be another office. We're going to call this the music ministry office. Now, about right here, this wall isn't finished. There'll be a wall going right across to just before that window. So this area here that I'm in, with this window, is sort of the music office. We hope to have a movable wall which opens up, which will lead us into the next room, which is our main meeting room. You will see we're coming down the corridor system here now behind the altar. Right here now on this side, we're actually behind the altar. So the altar is out behind this wall when it's done up. So of course, as I said, we're all behind all that. In here will be the new Father Grevitt room, which is our meeting room, our main meeting room. It's a very large meeting room. Of course, as I said down there, there'll be a movable wall which will go across. And in here will be where our main functions and meetings and stuff will take place, as was in our old parish hall, Bible study and things. In here now, as we continue down, we'll come in here. This will be the main vestry and altar guild room. So all of the vestments and things we need for worship will be housed in this room here. It's a very big room. So this is where the clergy would vest. And in here, this is a small room here, which will be our server's vestry. Our server's vestry is in this room, which will have closets for our servers. Right here will be a washroom. We wanted to put a washroom in this back area for people who are meeting, so there'll be a washroom down here. And as I come out now, we'll actually be coming out into the worship space. And over there, and I guess I remind you, the floor will be actually extended out there. And here will be a wheelchair ramp, which will be accessible for people to come up to receive communion. Over here will be a little storage closet, janitor's closet, which will be able to hold some of the things we need for cleaning up. And as we come out here, you can get a great sense that this will be where the altar will be. So right here will be where the bishop's chair will be and the servers' benches. Right here will be a credence table. And then there will be a platform built up here which will come out. You can kind of imagine with my finger, I'm kind of tracing it. But in this area here where that pool of water will be where the altar is. And our 6 high candles will be in this area here. The Christus Rex will be way up there, kind of like that. In that area you can kind of see it where my finger is, will be the Christus Rex. These walls continue all the way up to where this metal bar is, this steel truss. So the Christus Rex will be here, 6 candles here, and our altar is here. And as I mentioned there will be the altar rail. Will pretty much begin from this way out to here, run along, and go along this way, and then go up to this area up here, which will be the continuation of the altar rail. Over here will be our sedalia, which will have our celebrant's chair, deacon and subdeacon, servers' benches, second credence table, of course, and of course, as I mentioned, the altar area where the altar will be, and then the 6 candles. This, as I said, will be extending out. The choir, the floor isn't built yet, but the choir will be sort of housed about right here, just underneath this lower part of the ceiling. The choir will be right here. We come over here. This wall will extend out that way. I'll come down now because we get a better view. So this floor, if you can see, will actually continue out. As we come over here, the organ on a high platform will be about right here, where that wooden beam is. This will be our organ. Directly across, right here, you can kind of see the lines in here. I'll trace with my finger. The lectern, I should say, will be right here. There will be steps which will bring you up into the chancel. As you see, the floor comes out. Over here, right here, will be our pulpit. And we're putting our grand piano right here. And then the pews start about right here. So if you can imagine this way, all those will be pews, all those will be pews, all the way back there. Take you over to the chapel. The chapel area here, our altar will be right here. We're going to put in 60 chairs, nice chapel chairs, which we, and we're going to keep the chapel open, so that if you're in the chapel, I'll give you an example. If I'm sitting here in the chapel for overflow, I can still be part of all the pews on here, and then you can still see what's going on at the high altar. So you're pretty much part of the service, even though you're not in the main body of the church, you're in the chapel. We're going to keep this as an open chapel. Over here, pleased to have our nursery. It's hard to imagine it, but the nursery will be in this area. And so the chapel will kind of run to about right here, and there'll be a wall going across where this room is. Then there will be our play area, nursing area for children, young children. And will be a wall mirror, or window I should say, in here, so that if you're in the nursery, you can still see and you'll hear what's going on in the worship space if you have to bring your child in for any reason whatsoever. The chairs will be out here, and there'll be a door here as you come out for the chapel. As we come down here, this corner here will be a sound booth area where all our sound will come, emergency exit. Over here will be where our font is. Our font will be located on a raised platform right here in this little alcove. So as we're back here, you can get a sense of how the church will look from the back. Up there will be a nice, beautiful stained glass window. And of course, as funds arise and people are willing to give, all of these windows in this area here will be all stained glass windows all the way over here. And as I said, the pews here, our Stations of the Cross will be all around here as we go around in the chapel and that. They'll all have a canopy over them which will light them up. So when we use Stations of the Cross in the evenings, we can actually have, as I say, a station will be right there and there'll be a canopy over it with a light that will shine down upon the Stations of the Cross. Now it brings you right back to the beginning, right here in the main entrance. And as you can see, here we are. And of course, this is our new neighborhood where we are today. And as we speak, we're getting our electrical hooked up, transformer to the pole. So it's a wonderful, beautiful day. And we'll be doing more of these reports as we get more progress done. Thank you, and God bless.